Alright, today we're going to talk about how to track a flight. I had a couple of people ask me, how do you track so many flights? And so I thought I'd show you. The website that I use is called Flightaware. You can see it up here at the top. I just typed that in and we have arrived at this website. We're going to go over just two ways to track a flight today, and they are right here, the live flight tracking part of the website. The first way is the most typical one, where I don't know the airline or the flight number. Typically I don't know the flight number, but I want to track between two destinations, and so I can put in the destination here where it started, and let's say I want to start in Philadelphia, so I can either enter the city's name, Philadelphia, and there you go, all the local airports in Philadelphia will come up, or if I know the airport code, which in this case I do for Philadelphia, is just PHL. Now notice when you just put in the airport code, the airport doesn't come up, so we're going to have to let that go. Trust me, it'll work later on. And let's say I want to go to Orlando, so we'll search for Orlando's, and there you go. You can see when you do the searching, you can see the 3 or 4 little code there. Now let's say we put in the code KMCO, and there it comes up right away. So now we're going to track the flight from Philly to MCO, which is Orlando. We'll hit search, and these are all of the flights from yesterday and today that are scheduled or have traveled to Orlando. Let's take one of those ones. Let's look at the Southwest one from right here. From 6:50 a.m. It is en route. It's on its way to Orlando. We'll click on that flight, and here we have all the information on our flight. Now you can see here, this is the map of the flight. The green line is the path that the airplane has already traveled, and if we zoom in a little bit, you guys should be able to see this blue dotted line. That's actually the route, the path that the plane is hoping to take, assuming that there's no weather problems, and it looks pretty good down there in Florida right now. If you look over on the right, this will tell you all the information about the flight. You'll see it's going to go from Philadelphia International to Orlando International. It even has the gates where the plane will sit. It left at 7:20, which is a half an hour later than it's supposed to leave, and that's why it's in red. And it's going to get in at 9:25, which is about a half an hour later than it was supposed to land. So again, that's why it's in red. If it's just regular black font, then that means it left within an acceptable amount of time. If it's in green, it actually left early. You'll see this down here. This will tell you how much time they've been in flight, 1 hour and 36 minutes, 28 minutes left, 2 hours total. And there are some advanced features here. It'll tell you the aircraft that they're flying today, which is a Boeing 737-300, how fast they're traveling, and actually you can see here they are flying at 32,000 feet, and they're actually heading down. If you see this little down arrow, they are descending. How far away the two airports are, and this is actually one of my favorite things to look at here, is the fare. It's the airline insight. It'll tell you the average person paid $138.53 to board this flight. Now if we click this button, this will open up a new page, and this will actually tell you, if you scroll down here, exactly what people paid. The cheapest ticket, and this is, you don't want to look at this if you're on the flight because it might make you feel ripped off. The cheapest ticket in coach was $50. The most expensive ticket was $327, and you can see the airline, just without paying fees or anything like that, made, just from ticket sales, about $15,000 for this flight. So that's quite a bit of money, assuming that they're making their money off this flight. Typically the maximum ticket will be a little higher, and so you feel a little bit worse about paying a little bit more, but about $50 is the minimum average. Alright, let's go back to Flightaware, the home page. I'll show you how else to track it. You can also know the airline and the flight number. So let's say we know we want to fly US Air. Alright, and you can just search. There is US Air. We'll click on that, and let's throw in flight 142, and we'll see where that takes us. And you can hit track, and we see that this is a short flight from Dallas Fort Worth to Pensacola, Florida. It's actually going to take off at 1:25 Central Time and get in. It's a very short flight, an hour 25 minutes. And as we can see right now, there's a bit of weather in between. Again, same type of stuff here. If you scroll all the way down, you can see the different flights throughout the week. What happened? There's some Dallas Fort Worth to Pensacola, and then Pensacola back to Dallas Fort Worth. You can say, let's say we wanted to go to yesterday's flight from Dallas to Pensacola, and so we'll click on that, and we see that it was a little late in leaving, by over about an hour and a half late, probably due to weather and these thunderstorms that are in the area. But you can see the route that it took, and they flew around some of those storms, and just exactly how long it took, how far they or how high they flew, how far they flew, and how fast they flew. So it's a nice little tool to be able to track, and hopefully you are able to do so and enjoy it.